There was this one question yesterday which I asked one of my people in my community in our Discord server, and I specifically asked him on specifically how did the person find it? How did he find our community, our brotherhood, our crusade, which if you want to join and if you need any type of support, we will be there for you. First link in the description, by the way. But yeah, specifically I asked the person, how did that person find our community and our brotherhood? And to be honest, the response pretty much made me happy, because that person's response was, I was watching one of your videos, which I'm still continually watching day by day, and this person's gonna go far in life. And let me tell you why. Yes, specifically, let me tell you why this person who said that is gonna get far in life. And I have a very good evidence for that. And I know you might be asking, like, bro, what evidence? How can you prove that to us? Let me already say the fact that 99% of you have already clicked off of this video. Why? Why, you might ask? Because this channel doesn't have flashy edits. I don't use flashy edits. I don't use subtitles in my videos. I don't use these flashy cuts and these flashy edits. Sure, yeah, I do some cuts and then and there, but I never do these flashy edits on this channel. And this is why people click off. It's because their attention span is so fried from these Chinese tech nerds, so much to the point where they have a worse attention span than a goldfish, a sea creature. These people have a lower attention span than a creature that's being fed 3 times a day and his tank gets cleaned up once a week. I'm with a human, a machine which is made to do the most biggest tasks, the most biggest and complex tasks in the universe, is being outbeaten by such an unintelligent creature. And this is the reason why this person's gonna get far in life. Because there's a very good reason why the Lord said in his word, he said, because you follow me, you will be persecuted. And by persecuted, I don't mean that people are always gonna chase you with axes and swords all the time, just like they did back in the old days, when Christians were persecuted back in the day. But by persecuted in the modern days is that I mean, when you surrender your life to Christ, surrendering your life to Christ will mean an automatic disconnection from the world. When you truly surrender your life to him, you disconnect from the world. You simply do not care what the world wants. You do not care that much. You don't care about material possession anymore. You don't care about what other people think of you. You don't care what other people want from you. You only think you only think and prioritize the things that serve him. And this is exactly what I also do in my life. Because you see, in New Year's Eve, I went to this one big city, you know? This one big city which even has some skyscrapers in it. And I walk around there, and I see this one thing. I have a slight feeling that I'm different from these people. And you know what? I'm right. I am different from these people. Because the thing is that the world will view you as a weirdo. It will view you as a weirdo. I'm a weirdo. If you want to succeed something in life, you have to disconnect from the world and start being considered a weirdo. Do these things which are not considered normal by the general public. Like, bro, what does a normal person do? What does a normie person do in the modern day? He eats garbage, eats these processed seed oils, these processed meats and other foods. He faps, he commits sexual immorality, lust, and idolatry. He consumes in gluttony, and he is prideful for what he is doing. He is prideful for his sins. This is what the normal man is. The normal man in the modern day is unfortunately prideful of sins. Sin in the modern day, the modern world will try to convince you that sin is normal. That sin is not sin. By the way, if you have read this one book called 1984 by George Orwell, it is specifically written that there is one thing in the book which is called as doublethink. And I know you might ask what doublethink really is. Doublethink, in the book's definition, means that the party will try to convince you that something exists, but then try to convince you about the same thing. For example, a quick example. Democracy doesn't exist. Only this party which controls the government is something close to a democracy. That's what doublethink is. And this is what is happening in the modern world today. Because you see, there was this one thing George Orwell feared. And that is that the world will try to switch the narrative of reality and try to make its own. Now I know it might sound schizophrenic and stuff, but it's the truth. Look around you. Look around what's happening in the world, especially the Western world. And the modern day, people are saying that sexual sin is something normal and something to be glorified. They're saying that weak men are something to be glorified. It's something normal. It's something you can do on a day-to-day basis. Doublethink is also happening in real life. The modern world is wasting billions of dollars every single day to continue telling this lie to you, to continue selling this lie to you, that sexual sin and any of these sins in the modern day, any of these sins is normal. It's something to be glorified. It's something to do every single day. And this is why those people who watch my videos till the end and really follow my narrative and follow my message will get far. Those are the people who will get far in life. Because you have two options, brother. You either suffer now and endure this attack by the world and then enjoy life down the line later by the fruits you have earned from your suffering, or either submit to this world now and you suffer for the rest of your life and maybe even eternity. You are risking your eternity, by the way. Keep that also in mind. This is also the reason why I want you to delete short form content. Well, it seems like, you know, the best way to spend away your time when you're bored. Behind the scenes, it is in fact the most smartest, the most best made psychological weapon in the world. Short form content is the best form of psychological warfare. It is the best weapon ever created by this humanity to destroy your humanity, to destroy your spirit, which is the reason why every time you stop watching it, you feel miserable. You feel miserable, and you know why? Because these Chinese nerds have studied human psychology for decades, so much to the point where they have perfected the algorithm so much where even your dopamine receptors, the minute you install it and start watching it, your dopamine receptors are instantly hooked. They're instantly hooked, and you are chained up. This is how bad it is. You may not know that you're chained up in this world, but you are. You are. The sooner you're gonna abandon short form content in your life is the time when you're gonna start feeling alive as well. Is the time when you're finally gonna start to get more focused in life. You'll start to have better concentration instead of always looking away in conversations every 2 seconds because you can't focus properly. This is how bad short form content is. This is how bad they have chained you up. This is how bad the world has chained you up. So if you want to be free, cut off from this world. Disconnect from it. Don't care what your friends might say to you. Saying that, oh, you're doing the wrong decision. Okay, so at least I won't have depression 5 years down the line because of how destroyed my dopamine receptors are. So do not care what other people might think about you. Do the right thing. They can call you toxic masculine, whatever, but do the right thing, because the right thing is always the best one. So I hope you have learned something from this video, which is simply to disconnect from this world. Do not listen and submit to these evil companies and these people who are using doublethink. We're using doublethink tactics to make you a submissive rat under their control. By the way, if you have problems, if your friends might disconnect you after you finally do the right path, not the easy one, and if you would want to have a genuine community that is there for you, and this is right now, yes, it's slowly growing. It is slowly growing, but it will expand. And if you want a community that is genuinely there for you, and also as a person like me, who can give you information who is there for you, first link in the description. And I'll see you there, brother. Jesus loves you.